Okay, it's been very apparent pretty recently that Joe Biden, sorry, I got some food in my beard, does a horrible job fielding some pretty, easy questions, both from reporters and just, voters, and doesn't really know how to react when he's pushed. He just ends up attacking people or getting in their face or poking at them or calling them fat or telling them to vote for other people. So he doesn't do a really good job connecting with voters or the media. And obviously, he's been getting a lot of pushback recently, as he should, for advocating for wanting to cut Social Security many times in the past. And, the Biden campaign has tried to spin that and deny it and claim that wasn't true, which obviously, it is. There's multiple videos, if not, dozens, showing Joe Biden saying that he's open to cutting all government programs, including Social Security. And so now his campaign team, instead of actually, because they see how awful Joe Biden has been doing when he's been getting asked these questions about, cutting Social Security in the past, being open to that, they just seen how horrible Joe Biden responds. That one reporter asked him, why is he still criticizing, Bernie Sanders or attacking him? He just went, why, and just really got in his face, and it was just really weird. And so, he's been doing that stuff, and his campaign team has seen that he's not able to handle any type of scrutiny or answer questions in a rational or logical way, or at least in a way that's not going to push away more potential voters or just interacting with more people, because basically, he's told multiple voters, fuck you, go vote for other people. And so on this issue of Social Security in particular, his campaign team is now, Joe Biden, and you'll see in this video, has this little placard, this little sheet of explaining his horrible record, or trying to explain away his horrible record with wanting to cut Social Security in the past. Let's take a look.
Mr. Biden, just a clarification on Social Security, your record from earlier. A little bit of an issue out of it. For you. What is this?
I mean, how ridiculous. Like, you're a fucking politician, for Christ's sakes. You're running for president and you can't stand up to a simple question about that you supported cutting Social Security in the past. You can't even come up with some quick way to try to explain it away or deflect or something. You have to literally hand out this sheet that's already been written out, giving your responses. That's how horrible of a candidate Joe Biden is. And, it just seems like he's really lost, not to really pile on here, but a lot of his mental faculties, have just seemed to be diminished quite a bit. And think about this, the Democrats, if they keep propping up the establishment, I say, if the Democratic establishment keeps propping up Joe Biden, he's going to get fucking destroyed in a race against Donald Trump on the debate stage and otherwise. How are you going to go up there on the debate stage against Donald Trump, Joe Biden? What are you going to do? Hand, the moderators or Donald Trump this little handout trying to explain away your shitty position with regards to wanting to cut Social Security? That shit does not work. The establishment is so panicked right now that they're even, trying to raise the white flag with regards to Joe Biden and throw their support behind Bloomberg, because they just see what a big dumpster fire Joe Biden is turning into right now. But would anybody in their right mind think that, Joe Biden could handle a presidential race against Donald Trump? I don't for one second. Trump would destroy him. He would call him, corrupt. He would point to Joe Biden and Burisma. Republicans would come up with so many ads showing how Joe Biden wanted to cut Social Security. Trump would call him out on the debates. Joe Biden would fumble through with some word salad of a response that would make no sense, and it would just add fuel to the fire and make people think that he did want to cut it, because he did, in his own fucking words. That's Joe Biden. Jesus Christ.
Vice President, do you think Bernie Sanders would be a risk for the party? You'd ask, so I decided to write it up for you, so you knew.
I knew you'd ask, so I thought I'd write it up for you, because I can't use my own thinking power to formulate sentences when voters or journalists ask me questions. So I have people on my team write up responses to questions I might be asked. How ridiculous is that? And obviously, like I said, the Biden team is trying to run, especially now, that campaign of least exposure, because when Biden gets out there and he has to interact with voters and journalists, I mean, he can't handle the simplest scrutiny. And again, the people are using kid gloves with Joe Biden. This is ridiculous. And the Republicans and Trump would just destroy him on this issue in particular. It's like, Jesus, man. If the Democrats are dumb enough to prop up Joe Biden, you're going to lose like they did in 2016, I think. And Trump's an incumbent. He also has that going for him.
Thank you, but how should voters consider this?
Yeah, indeed. Like, what are voters supposed to think? You're not able to answer simple fucking questions about your voting record, about a very important issue, Social Security, something that, a lot of older people, a lot of seniors in our country rely upon, so they aren't stuck in poverty, so they don't become homeless, so they don't have to survive on cat food. You're not willing to discuss a really substantive policy issue. Donald Trump would destroy you on that, man. He ain't that dumb. I mean, that's nuts, right? Like, you can't even answer a simple question. He's just asking you about your record with regards to wanting to cut Social Security. Oh my God, it's like, yeah. Joe Biden's staff does not trust him to talk to media on Social Security. Biden gave reporters a printed handout to use instead of actually answering any questions or facing voters' concern. Worried about real issues facing the world? Here's a pamphlet. Vote for somebody else. Joe Biden 2020. Basically, let's check out some of these comments. It would just be interesting to see what... In Joe's defense, it was past his bedtime and he missed the evening episode of Lawrence Vote. Joe gets a little cranky when it's after 6 p.m. And other satirical news, The Onion. You're a piece of shit and I hope everyone likes you die, said Biden to Democratic voters in stirring call for party unity. Because that's what, like I said, there's multiple times he's just told people straight up, basically, fuck you, go vote for somebody else. Good God, this campaign is abuse. He's done. Put him in bed. He's so tired. Let him rest. Wow. He actually does not give a fuck. This is beyond a joke. Now, how can anybody who is supporting Biden not be deeply concerned by his mental and physical state? Indeed. Ate a little dinner. Joe looking a bit disoriented. Oh, man. There's a kind of arrogance which doesn't sit well. With Mike. What up, Mike? Half of my ass off. So weak. What was funny today at Morning Joe talking about how his rallies are not big or exciting as Bernie's. Why? Because everyone already knows him. So then what explains Bernie's rallies? Everybody knows him, yet he turns them out everywhere. Drop out by him. Well, it's because it's pretty easy to explain. Bernie is running on a populist left message and is advocating for policies and a platform that benefit the vast majority, the working class in the United States. And Joe Biden is just running on platitudes and saying that he was Obama's vice president and isn't really offering any type of transformative change that will really help people. It's just a return to normalcy or the status quo. And so if you're part of the wealthy elite, the oligarchic class, then you might be okay with supporting Joe Biden. But if you're not, get on that Bernie train. Get on that Bernie train. What do you think of this instance of Joe Biden literally not willing to engage with journalists or voters at all, and just here's a pamphlet, Joe Biden 2020. Share your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Peace, much love.